It's easy to take energy for granted because we interact with it all day, every day.
Sometimes we use it directly, like heating, cooling, lighting, communicating, and moving.
Indirect uses are just as important and even more numerous. Energy is required for all the food we eat, water we drink, and all the products we use and how they get delivered to us.
It takes a lot of people and work to provide us with all of that energy.
We got a chance to visit one company that plays a key role in the energy supply chain, Kimray Incorporated.
Kimray was founded in Oklahoma City in 1948, and they have been serving the oil and gas community ever since.
We often think of oil and gas as drilling wells, but that's just the start of the process. The oil and gas has to be transported and processed before we can use it.
The supply chain is divided into 3 major divisions.
The upstream phase is the process of getting the oil and gas out of the ground, also called extraction. The midstream phase includes the storage, transportation, and early processing of the raw oil and gas. This includes removing impurities and separating out the extraction into its components. The downstream phase is the refining of petroleum products into their final products and distributing them to their users. These products can be different forms of energy like diesel, jet fuel, natural gas, and propane, but they can also be feedstocks for other products like lubricants and plastics.
Most of Kimray's products are used in the upstream and midstream markets.
They manufacture pressure regulators, valves, controllers, pumps, and other products that are used in the moving and processing of oil and gas.
Said more simply, they make devices that control when, how much, and where the oil and gas is moved for both processing it and transporting it.
Now that you know what they make, let's get a look at how they do it.
One quick note, you will see a whole lot of Okie School of Adventure t-shirts. We will explain that later in the video.
You are on the manufacturing floor where Kimray makes its 3,000 products, comprised of over 23,000 components.
They operate computer-controlled milling machines and lathes.
These machines cut away metal from castings to form the components for the product. In general, mills hold the part stationary while the cutting tools move about it, shaving off metal to shape the piece. Lathes spin the part while the cutting tool is held against it, shaving off metal to shape the part.
The shaving and shaping of metal is also called machining.
They use a huge variety of cutting tools for all the machining tasks they do. On the right, you will see a raw casting. On the left is the part after it's been machined. Each of these lathes and mills has tooling stations inside, and the computer control can automatically swap tools during operation. They use a lot of mills and lathes, and all those machines require lubricants and cutting fluids. You could tell by the size and number of tanks that this is a large operation. Kimray products use a signature red paint, and the products are painted right here. This machine is a computer-controlled tube bending machine so that any tubing components can be bent and formed into highly consistent shapes and sizes. Quality control checks parts for dimensional accuracy and to ensure there are no finished defects like pitting. Tolerance requirements can be within 0.02 of an inch. For reference, that is less than the diameter of a human hair. Kyle is explaining that this measurement testing device is so accurate and sensitive that they cut out the foundation to sink a pier down to bedrock to give it added stability. Without that isolation, a forklift driving in its vicinity would affect its readings. Working safely, efficiently, meeting schedules, and surpassing quality standards requires lots of teamwork. Production meetings are held right on the floor where all of these things are discussed, and any team member can raise concerns or share new ideas.
This machine feeds in solid metal bars where it cuts and machines these valve seats.
Valve seat out of this bar seat.
They also have heat treating capabilities, which give select components additional hardness and strength. For high volume components, Kimray has robot lines. Trays of raw casts get loaded on an intake conveyor. A robot arm picks up the raw part, inspects it for orientation using a camera system, and loads it into the milling machine. Once finished, the robot removes the part from the machine and loads it into a tray on the output conveyor.
You may be wondering what happens to all of the metal that gets shaved off.
They keep the various metal types sorted. It gets cleaned and sent to a recycling center. These are the shavings from the robot lines. When these bins are full, they'll be transported to the recycling center. The individual components we've seen being made get moved over to the assembly and distribution building. Here, there are racks and racks of components made here, as well as other things like nuts, bolts, and gaskets made by other suppliers. When a run of products is being made, parts pickers get all of the required components for that product and deliver them to an assembly area. Inventory of these parts is highly organized and barcoded for better management. High-volume products have dedicated assembly lines with multiple operator stations.
Lower quantity products are assembled at these flex assembly stations.
Once assembled, the product gets tested. If it passes, it gets boxed or crated for shipment. If it fails, it gets reworked and retested. On average, they ship out about $1 million worth of products a day. These shipments go to their 10-store warehouses located near major oil and gas production areas in the United States, as well as other distributors.
They don't just sell new products. They have a repair shop where products can be rebuilt and refurbished.
Worn-out products are disassembled, cleaned, repaired, updated, reassembled, and tested for customers, which gives them new product performance at about half the cost of buying a new one.
That's been torn down. Right now it's just waiting on parts. So once we get all the parts that need to be replaced, we will put that one back together. So this is our T12 temperature controller paired with a pilot or a relay. And so this is our high temperature shutdown. So this would monitor temperature in any type of heated vessel. And it controls the burner valve, which allows fuel to go to the burner valve to heat up the process fluid. To remove the water vapor from gas, we use this pump and it circulates triethylene glycol throughout the system. Triethylene glycol loves water and it'll absorb the water. And then we use heat again to help boil that water off and remove the water from the glycol, and it recirculates it back through the system. So gas dehydration, we're just removing water vapor from the gas.
We also spent time in the engineering department's modeling and testing lab.
Here, they have an assortment of 3D printers and desktop lasers that help them prototype products, create production tooling, etch images, and schematics.
This is Weston. He showed me how some of these machines work and made me some cool souvenirs in the process.
This is our 3D modeling software. It's called SolidWorks. So what it allows us to do is, its main thing is we take two-dimensional drawings and we can make them into 3 dimensions. So in this case, what I did was it comes pre-set up with 3 different planes that we can select from. So that kind of gives us our 3-dimensional space. So I'm going to select this 2-dimensional plane here and I'm going to start drawing on it. So to recreate what your name in here, we can come in here, we can select this box feature, we can come in and put dimensions on it, like I want that to be and like a 1/4 of an inch high and 4 inches long. So we've got our box here, and then I can go into our text function. I can select what curve I want it to be on, and then I can put your name on here, and then I can scale that font up to very large. So what we have to do first is we need to preheat the nozzle. So that has to make it up to 220 degrees Celsius for it to actually be able to melt the PLA in there, to be able to start laying it down on the fill plate. So you can see it's heating up. It's already about halfway to the boiling point of water right now. And it heats up pretty quickly since this is such a small unit.
Yeah. So you shouldn't touch it at this point.
Right. So it just finished priming the nozzle, and now it's actually working on the actual part. So it's just heating up polymer as it's being forced through that print head with a little gear on a little motor. And as it's being forced through there, that hot piece is melting it and then depositing it in layers on the build plate.
And here's what it looked like when it was finished printing.
Show me how it works.
I can just rub across it and or I can
How cool is that, man?
We saw a lot about how the products are made, but there were too many products to learn what they all do. But that's okay, because Kimray is all about customer education, and they offer a ton of resources for learning about their products.
They even have their own YouTube studio.
They have over 250 videos that not only cover their products, they also have educational videos on the oil and gas industry, including the importance of these resources to our modern life. Their marketing team also produces articles, catalogs, training sessions, and other resources to help guide their customers to the best solutions for their most challenging problems. They even have a podcast studio where Kimray engineers and field personnel discuss the most common questions they receive, as well as sharing innovative ideas.
Special shout out to this lady right here.
We met so many great people, but Melanie Har Hughes was the one who invited us out. She went above and beyond in making the visit special, including organizing Okie School shirts for the team. Seeing this kind of support blew us away.
Which brings us to the most important and most impressive thing we learned about Kimray.
The scale, cleanliness, orderliness, technology, and innovation were all amazing to see. But the one thing that was consistently on display from the start to the finish of our visit was the priority put on people. It's a hard thing to convey over video, but it's undeniable when you experience it.
Kimray's motto is making a difference in the lives of those we serve.
And they espouse 4 values in achieving that. 1, honoring the Lord in all they do. 2, responsible stewardship. 3, strengthening the family. And 4, maintaining a good name. We saw numerous examples in action on our visit, whether it was between employees, the care and thought they put into their customer experiences, and how they discuss their partnerships. It's hard to capture, but allow us 4 quick examples.
Check out this lunchroom.
More than a place to eat, this room was designed to offer a relaxing break, enjoyable atmosphere, and a place for community. In here and all across campus, you'll see displays honoring the company's history. They are testimony of what a special place this is and serve as inspiration to build on that history.
Side note, if you are wondering who is hugging me, that is my mom. She joined us for the tour.
Also on display throughout the campus are works of art. Adding enjoyment and culture is also a reminder of the broader world and fosters an appreciation for one's place in it.
And perhaps the best example is that the CEO, Thomas Hill, took time out of his day to meet me.
Alex, how are you? Thomas Hill. Nice to meet you. Come on in, come on in. You too. Oh, you brought me a card, huh?
Sometimes when you see a slogan like making a difference in the lives of those we serve, you can be skeptical of how seriously it's taken. I think it's pretty clear at Kimray they truly strive to achieve that. And when you consider all they did for a young boy who is neither customer nor employee, it's fair to say they've surpassed the mark.
Thanks for giving us a peek at part of the energy supply chain.
The manufacturing lessons may or may not stick, but the lessons on business culture will be long-lasting.
Thanks, Kimray team. See you on our next adventure.